example number 12. ये एग्जाम्पल हमें यूनिवर्सिटी की 2014 के एग्जाम में पूछा गया था. सो इट्स अ प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन. नाउ सी योर information. Balance sheet of Sneha Limited is provided. Assets and liabilities are provided, but in additional information they are giving us so important information. First is sales, second one is gross profit, and third one is net profit. So they are saying that your cash sale is 1/3. Okay, but they are giving this amount in percentage form. If 3.33% are given, that means they are giving us 1/3 amount. Okay, and cash sale is 1/3 of credit sale. So you can suppose if your cash sale is 1/3 of credit sale, means your credit sale will be 1. So your total sale will be 1/3 plus 1. Okay, now solve it. So what we have done, they are giving us the information about sale, and they saying that your cash sale is 33% of credit sale. Okay, this is the most important adjustment in every sum they are asking. So please notice that cash sale is 1/3, or you can say 33.33, okay, of credit sale. So I have assumed my credit sale is 1 rupees. So my total sale will be 1/3 is cash sale plus credit sale is 1. Now I will get that proportion, but from this proportion I can find my total sale is rupees 40 lakh. Now if I want to find separately cash sale and credit sale, at that time I have to divide this proportion. So credit sale is equal to, see, if your total sale is, then in rupees it's 40 lakh. Your credit sale is one proportion of this. So what will be your answer? Okay. So my answer of credit sale is 30 lakh rupees. This is the most important adjustment. They are giving us information about total sale and giving the percentage form. I have converted it into proportion and I have find out credit sale. Now, if your credit sale is 30 lakh, that means deduct this amount from your total sale. What is your total sale amount? 40 lakh. 40 lakh minus 30 lakh, that means your credit sale and cash sale are here 10 lakh. Okay, so credit sale is equal to 30 lakh and cash sale is equal to 10 lakh. Now we are moving on most important part, net profit. Okay, this is your EBIT, earning before interest and tax. That's the given of amount 4,50,000. Now what will be my next step? I have to deduct interest of debenture interest 10%. They have all the information given in chart, but sequence is important, so don't forget which amount will be used in which ratio. Now less taxation 50%. 50% of this is 2,12,500. So remaining will be 2,12,500. Okay. Taxation is deducted, so it will be treated as EAT or you can say PAT. Now, why this chart is important? If you are calculating net profit ratio, okay, at that time which profit you will conclude? I have to select this. Okay, but when I am calculating rate of return on capital employed, I have to mention this. Okay, so now why this difference is given? Because capital employed means your total capital is considered, equity, preference share, debenture, reserve, etc. But this is the overall performance of the company, net profit. Okay, so in net profit ratio you have to conclude this amount, and in calculation of capital employed you have to calculate on the basis of this EBIT. Okay, now move on the next information. We have asked the current ratio, liquid ratio, net profit ratio, stock turnover, debtors ratio, creditors ratio. So various types of ratios are asked, but before calculating this, we must calculate working note. Now, our first ratio is current ratio. So, for calculation of current ratio, we must have two terms, current assets and current liability. Okay? हमको एग्जाम्पल में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन दी है उसमें से मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन है सेल्स की, नंबर 2 नेट प्रॉफिट की. आफ्टर दैट व्हेन वी आर मूविंग ऑन द क्वेश्चन ratios wise, at that time first ratio is current ratio, and current ratio includes 2 point, current assets and current liability. Current asset okay, now let's start calculation of current asset. In your example they have mentioned asset side investment, but in bracket they are saying that that's a short term investment, so investment will be included of rupees 1 lakh in current asset. लास्ट लेक्चर में मैंने समझाया था कि अगर आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट शॉर्ट टर्म है तो आपको उसको करंट असेट के टाइटल के अंदर लेना होगा, बट इफ दे आर नॉट मेंशनिंग दे आर शॉर्ट टर्म, एट दैट टाइम इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू लॉन्ग टर्म. ओके, क्लियर? और वो यहाँ पर नहीं आएगा. आफ्टर दैट क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. Debtors of rupees 2,30,000, bills receivable of rupees 30,000, cash and bank $30,000. After cash and bank, they have given us information of 50 TS asset. Okay, so these all are the current asset. My total will be 4,90,000. Okay, this is my total of current asset. Okay, now point number 2 is that we have to calculate current liability. See, on the liability side they have mentioned equity, preference, reserves, debenture, creditors, bills payable and bank overdraft, but this is the mixture of total capital. Okay, so we will conclude over here only current, and in that you have to mention creditors of rupees 1,20,000. Bills payable of rupees 20,000 and bank overdraft of rupees 90,000. And my total will be 2,30,000. Clear? Now, second point is liquid assets. And liquid liability. See, how to calculate liquid assets and liquid liability from this calculation. What is the formula of liquid assets and liquid liability? Liquid asset means when you are deducting stock from your total current asset, you will get amount of liquid asset. Just cancel this amount, okay, you will get your liquid asset, and my total will be 3,90,000. This is my liquid asset. Now, what to do about liquid liability? Liquid liability means your BOD will be cancelled from current liability. That's known as liquid liability, and it will be rupees 1,40,000. Okay, so two main information are given. First is current assets and current liability, our first ratio. Number 2, liquid assets and liquid liability for ratio number 2, that's known as liquid ratio. See, in first ratio we must conclude current assets and current liability. This is calculated. Now number 2 ratio, liquid assets and liquid liabilities are given. Now we are moving on third ratio, नेट प्रॉफिट रेशियो. नेट प्रॉफिट रेशियो का फॉर्मूला है नेट प्रॉफिट डिवाइडेड बाय सेल्स इनटू 100. ओके, फॉर्मूला इजी है बट डोंट मेक मिस्टेक. विच प्रॉफिट यू हैव टू कंसीडर ओवर हियर? 2,12,500. Okay, so no working notes are required. Now move on fourth number, stock turnover. Working note number 2. This is combined working note number 1. Why? Because these two ratios are interrelated with each other. So it is a 1 and it's a second part of that. Now they are asking us stock turnover. And for this ratio, your denominator is average stock. How to calculate average stock? See, in an example, opening stock is given in additional information 1,50,000, and in your balance sheet asset side you can see your answer is closing stock of 1 lakh. So divided by 2 you will get average stock is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. My answer is 150 plus 1 lakh divided by 2. Average stock is of rupees 250 divided by 2, and this is 125,000. So my average stock is of rupees 1,25,000 and it is used in stock turnover ratio. Okay, now move on. Fifth ratio, debtors ratio. Every information is given, so working notes are not required. Creditor ratio, same way, working notes are not required. But in 7th number ratio, make working note number 3. What is your last ratio? Rate of return on capital employed is asked. Okay, आपको कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड पर से रिटर्न कैलकुलेट करनी है, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड में कौन कौन सी आइटम्स हमको कंक्लूड करनी है. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल कैलकुलेट capital employed. Okay, now we are calculating capital employed. So, which types of capital will be included? Okay, so see on liability side, equity is given. Equity share capital of rupees 5 lakh. Preference share capital of rupees 2 lakh. After that, reserve, surplus and debenture are also included over here. Three lakh 50,000, and after that debentures 2 lakh 50,000. My capital employed is total? No, it's not completed. Why? Because I haven't deducted 50 DS assets from this. So my capital is half. First of all, calculate this. Total sum of this is 13 lakh. Now, most important part of capital employed is to deduct 50 DS asset. In your example, they are mentioning preliminary expenses. Okay, so it will be deducted from here. Preliminary expenses is 50 DS types of assets, so you have to deduct. So my capital employed will be of rupees 12,90,000. Okay, see, this is important for ratio number 7. This is important for ratio number 4. And this is for first and second. So working notes of each ratio is completed. Now we will put in this item and we will get the answers. Our working notes for each ratio is completed. Now we are moving on ratio calculation. Our first ratio is current ratio. What is the formula of current ratio? And answer will be denoted in raised to 1.2, 2.1, 3 raised to 1. Okay. Now formula is current assets divided by current liabilities. Now see in working note what is the total of current assets and current liability. Your current asset is of rupees 4 lakh 90,000 and current liability is of rupees 2 lakh 30,000. So my answer will be 2.13 raised to 1. Okay. This denotes that if your liability is 1 rupees, you have enough amount to pay and it is showing the satisfactory result. Now move on second ratio, liquid ratio. What is the formula of liquid ratio? In liquid ratio, we are comparing liquid assets and liquid liability. Okay. Now see, what is the difference between both? If you are deducting stock from over here, you will get LA, and if you are deducting BOD from your SCL, you will get LL. So my answer is 390 of liquid asset and 1,40,000 is my liquid liability. See, in working note you have mentioned over here, so my answer will be 2.79:1. And this is very satisfactory our answer. Why? Because if you have liquid, or you can say current liability, you have enough amount of rupees 2.79. So for a company's working capital management is good. Now third point is net profit. Net profit ratio. What is the formula of net profit ratio? Net profit ratio means your net profit is compared with your sales into 100. See, in your additional information, they have given your total sale of rupees 40 lakh. So my answer will be, which net profit I have to use? In working note, I have mentioned your last profit after tax. Final net profit I will use for this ratio 2,12,500 divided by 40 lakh into 100. Now your answer will be 5.31%, but it is not showing earning capacity is higher. Why? Because working capital management is efficient. But if you compare this, your sale is of rupees 40 lakh, but you are not getting proper net profit. So your earning capacity is showing lower performance. Okay. But don't forget that when you are mentioning current ratio, your answer will be in a figure. But if you are using net profit formula, your answer must be in a percentage, because you are multiplying with 100. Now our fourth ratio is stock turnover ratio. स्टॉक टर्नओवर का फॉर्मूला है COGS divided by your average stock. See your working note number 2. We have calculated for average stock. In that you have answered your average stock is of rupees 1,25,000 and my COGS is compared with it. Now see, in your book they have given the information about COGS. If they are not giving how to calculate COGS, ओपनिंग स्टॉक प्लस परचेज के एक्सपेंसेस को ऐड करना है, उसमें से हमें सेल के नेट सेल के अमाउंट को डिडक्ट करना है. यू विल फाइंड आउट COGS. बट अनदर वे इज व्हाट, एंड इजी वे इज कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल में से आप जीपी का प्रॉफिट माइनस कर दो तो आपको COGS मिल जाएगा. दैट्स अ शॉर्ट ट्रिक. ओके, बट इन दिस एग्जाम्पल दे हैव गिवन 28 lakh rupees of COGS and my average stock is, and this is your working note number 2. Okay, so my answer is 22.4 times. Okay, स्टॉक टर्नओवर रेशियो COGS की इंफॉर्मेशन दी हुई है और एवरेज स्टॉक हमने वर्किंग नोट नंबर 2 में कैलकुलेट किया है. बट this is most important. My ratio is denoted in times. Why? Because it's a repeated. 22.4 times my average stock is repeated with comparison of COGS. Now I move on the fifth ratio, debtors ratio. What is the formula of debtor ratio? My formula is debtors plus your bills receivable divided by, which is my denominator? My denominator will be credit sale. Why? Because debtor have a special relation with the credit sale. They are arising from credit sale. So my base is credit sale into working days. See in your information they have mentioned over there they are using 360 days. So I will multiply by 360. My debtor is of rupees 2,30,000 plus my BR 30,000 divided by my total credit sale. Credit sale is of rupees 30 lakh. Whichever I have calculated in first working note, I have mentioned over here sales, credit sale और कैश सेल की अमाउंट, उस पर से हमने क्रेडिट सेल को फाइंड आउट किया था और वो हमारा बेस है और हमारा आंसर होगा 31.20 days approx. Okay, days are not counted in points, so you can say 31 days. Clear? So this is the entire about debtors ratio. Now sixth ratio is creditors ratio. What is the formula of creditors ratio? Creditors plus bills payable divided by credit purchase into working days. See, in an example they have mentioned your creditors are of 1,20,000 and bills payable of rupees 20,000. 1,20,000 plus 20,000 of rupees bills payable, and my base for creditor is credit purchase, and directly they have given in additional information my credit purchase is 27,50,000 into 360 days, and my answer is 18.33 days, on approx you can say 18 days. Now our seventh and last ratio is return on capital employed. What is the formula of return on capital employed? You are mentioning return with respect to your capital employed, which we have calculated in working note number 3. Which return, or you can say net profit. Don't forget that, again I am repeating, when you are calculating rate of return on capital employed, you have to mention EBIT with respect to C. 450 divided by 12,90,000 into 100. I am multiplying with the 100, so my answer will be in percentage form, 34.88%. This is the entire thing about sum. Each and every ratio is calculated, but before calculation you must know each and every working note, so your answer will be simplifier. Clear?